Well, a few years ago, it was decided to euthanize 200 Canada geese in Mill Creek Park, which led to some intense criticism. Last night, MetroParks commissioners okayed allowing for nest destruction to control the population, what's called addling, where the development of the bird eggs are aborted. New developments tonight on controlling Canada geese. Today in Mill Creek Park, with a cold wind pushing the water of Lake Glacier, we found a pair of Canada geese nestled in the snow. No problems on this day, but Canada geese are an issue.
We certainly had evidence of the overpopulation based on their droppings, based on vegetation that's being denuded around lakes and ponds.
To help control Canada geese, the Mill Creek commissioners last night approved seeking a permit from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, allowing for the addling of geese eggs, where the eggs are removed and either shaken or pierced and swirled to prevent the embryo from developing. Mill Creek's been addling since 2010. Last year, 360 eggs were aborted in 80 nests.
I'm okay with it as long as they have done their due diligence and done all the other things leading up to that.
Jeff Harvey is president of the local Audubon Society, which focuses on the conservation of birds. He brought up the 2014 euthanizing of 200 geese, wondering why it wasn't enough.
But I would think that if they've gone through and done everything they need to do, then the population should be being maintained relatively low.
But part of the overabundance is the public feeding the geese.
Mill Creek's Planning and Development Director Steve Avery says signs are posted around the park urging people not to feed the geese. They've also tried using lasers and pyrotechnics to scare them away.
But for any of those to be effective, you have to do them on a regular basis.
Which is hard in a park the size of Mill Creek.
But they'll fly to the other end of the lake or to the other side of the lake.
There are no plans to count the Canada geese in Mill Creek Park, which Jeff Harvey says needs to be done. A count would verify how many geese there are and how many are acceptable.
Somebody has to come up with an acceptable number. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing resources and money at this continuously and not getting the result you want.